Hey everyone, it's Kelly here from Clever Kelly. I wanted to take a few minutes to show you how to take a book you've created and use chat to really help you to produce a better output for your title, subtitle, listings, and all of your metadata or keywords that you use for search terms. So what I'm going to do is just use a generic PLR coloring book design. It is nothing that I would produce. You'll see in a few minutes when you see it. But what I did is I opened chat, and then I want to take that PDF and add it to my new chat. So you'll simply go here and hit new chat, and then click the plus sign or drop in your file by clicking once on it with your left mouse button and dragging it over to the chat. Then while it's processing, really what you're going to do is think about what you want to say. ChatGPT is conversational, so I like to start with what I want, what I'm expecting it to produce, and then telling it to refer to my book. So if you're doing this for KDP, you'll reference KDP. If you're doing this for Etsy, you reference Etsy. If you're doing it for your website, reference Google SEO. So let's do this for Etsy. As an expert read my coloring book file attached. It'd help if I could actually spell. Now design a high converting. Now Etsy's not going to have a subtitle, so you just say title. I just like to get it all out in the open. So title, description, and tags, because Etsy has tags. Then I like to reference something about the book. This is an adult coloring book that is playful about a mom's daily struggle with kids, meant to be a relaxing, screen-free activity. Okay, and then just hit enter or hit the green arrow. Now while that's going, I want you to think about how you're going to do the listing. When it gives you something, it takes a few minutes to produce it. If you do not like it, you just simply say revise to be this. So let's see what it comes up with. And let's give you a purview of the book. So here is the book that I'm not going to use. This is just where I got it off somebody's site, but you'll see how it's supposed to be funny. Comical about mom daily life. Well, it's 43 pages. Okay. So here's the title it came up with. If I wanted to, I could tell it to revise it, or I can just simply not use something it produces. And you got all of this below, and here are your tags. Sometimes they're over 20 characters, just be mindful of that. And then it will sometimes also give you the category. This is great. Do not stop from here. Now you want to get even more in depth, and you want to say create image using the content in this chat. Create a eye-catching cover design. Use author name. You don't have to do this, but I like to point it out because it may not necessarily know the author name that you're using, especially if you're using KDP and you have multiple pen names. So let's just say this is Kelly Coloring. That's my author name. Bottom center. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Now this will take longer than the text. So while this is going on, I'm not going to get into my Etsy right now just due to privacy. However, what I would be doing while this is working is I would start copying and pasting into Etsy all of your titles, your descriptions, pick your categories and get your tags, because that takes some time. Even, imagine what it took when you were having to come up with this by scratch. But it will take some time to get that done. And while you're doing that, this is working in the background. Let's see if it comes up with a good one. And it will automatically go search Etsy's specifications for images. You do not even have to worry about that. Just approach this as a tool that helps you. I know some people are opposed to AI, but if you want to get content out and you want to get it out fast, you need to be using tools like this. It shouldn't create your content. You should have executive control and presence over editing what it does. If you have it create your coloring pages, spend some time and go through that. If you have it create your listing, read it and make sure it makes sense. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could say, see right here where it has two hands. I mean, that might actually be in the picture because I grabbed a really bad free download, but I'm going to say revise to remove the wine glass on the bottom right, woman on couch section. And let's let this go through. Okay, so while that's doing that, we are also going to have it create all the listing images as well. Key point for all of you guys to remember, especially with anywhere you're publishing, I always use chat to create my titles, my subtitles, Etsy tags, descriptions, etc. And I put them in my chat sidebar. And that way, if anything ever happens to the listings, I've got it all right here. Now, you could also download all of the textual data, etc., and store it into your cloud storage as well. If you'd like me to do a video on how to do that later, just leave a comment and I'll be glad to do so. All right, let's see what this is coming up with. Come on, chat. Let's go. Oh, much better. Okay. So what you would do, once you like this, you'll download it and simply put it in. If you're going to make a full book cover for KDP or Barnes & Noble or Lulu, you'll bring that into Canva, is my tool of choice. However, if you just want to do this as a printable, you just download this. Now, I'd also like 4 to 6 more listing images for Etsy. So I'm going to say, now create 5 additional images for my Etsy listing. Highlight the features of the book, like 43 pages, printable, download. Okay. Now it's still thinking, and you're still over there creating your Etsy listing. Depending on who is faster, we shall see. But this is essentially what I do to create all of this, because when you're doing print books, it's a little more complex, but when you're doing Etsy, I just really focus on Etsy creating every single image listing. I don't have time to sit there and play around with Canva and do collages, etc. Chat's got my book. Chat can see everything inside of that book, and by doing this, I'm giving it permission to create that content for me. It's a time saver. You will grow to love it. I know you will. I am lost without it at this point. Now, you could also do this in Gemini using Nano Banana for the images, and then you use just the regular, I can't remember the name of Gemini's tool for all the textual data. I've just found Chat to be a little more accurate with SEO, which is why I use them. And they recently came out with a better image generator, so it's really just a great one-stop shop for listing creation. Let's see what else I can talk about while this is going through. I know it seems like forever to do this, but it's still way better than going into Canva and creating all of those canvases. Okay, we're starting to get some output here. I do like how it's colored some of it, so you can see the coloring page as well as what you could color. Relax. How many did I ask for? 5. So it still has some more to go, but this is looking good. Here's the third image. And guys, if you're listening to this, just fast forward as it goes through. I'm just trying to show you all the images that it can create. And you see how great this is? Now, you don't have to use all of these. Like this one right here is pretty much the same. Oops. I like this one. It gives you 6 tiles of what, and I used to have to build this in Canva, and it was a pain. Now, if you don't like their font, you could go back and hit revise. All the pages need to have XYZ font. Name the font you want. Or you could name something like, if you don't know of a font name, you could say, change the font to be less playful or kiddish. Make the font more handwritten. You can do that, and it will do that for you. But look at how great this is. And then you just come here, download all 5. It's going to download everything, and then you just simply upload it into your Etsy listing. Well, that was all I had for today. Make some comments below if you'd like to see anything else as it relates to this, and any other thoughts you've got. Thank you.